snap to realize all the answers to the whys, and what I thought I wanted all along. When they all left and you appeared, an unexpected souvenir, the very best that I could hope to have. I love you 3,000, I love you the most. I'll always be with you wherever you go. And if you should stumble, I want you to know that this heart of mine will always hold you close. Oh, I love you 3,000. Never thought when this began, part of the journey is the end. But here we are, whatever it takes. Oh, if I couldn't do it all again, it's you I would keep, the rest it would bend. Of everything I made, the most wonderful is you. Oh, I love you 3,000, I love you the most. I'll always be with you wherever you go. And if you should stumble, I want you to know that this heart of mine will always hold you close. Oh, I love you 3,000. And if I should go away, then you should know my favorite part was you. Nothing left I could say to let you know how much I love you. I love you. Girl, I wrote you this song for social isolation, 'cause I don't know how long we're gonna be together. Girl, past the dressing, it's a blessing to be quarantined with you. You know that there's nothing that I'd rather do. True that I'm macking, and the cracking on my hands is for you. Sanitizer rub down like we do, but we can play in sunshine, unlimited screen time. I can drive you out of your mind if you want me to. I promise you we can just eat cake, fight about nothing each day. I know that it's all gonna be okay. I wanna social distance with you, girl. Hands I'll be washing as I'm watching all your roots, they're growing out. Don't worry, baby, that's what I'm about. Wipe down the counter. the passers-by. Don't know the day, but it ends with why.
Not a day goes by that I don't daydream about the world outside. Everywhere I'm gonna eat pizza again, third time this week. This week, this week. Not a day goes by that I don't daydream about high-fiving every single person that has got a special kind of glow until they found a vaccine. Quarantine.
Where am I at? Don't wanna ask, but you just step back. I'm talking 6 feet, taking a walk around the block. If you walk up, I'm crossing the street. Not that hard, no need for a dance. I'm out here trying to save your grams and your grams.
Fauci.
Keeping in check every day. I made it okay. I'm making perfect now. Washing my hands, washing my hands, washing my hands. And yeah, they're cracking now. Not gonna leave when they open it up. No better test here, but I need a haircut. I need a haircut.
Not a day goes by that I don't daydream about the world outside. Everywhere I'm gonna eat pizza again, third time this week. This week, this week. Not a day goes by that I don't daydream about high-fiving every single person that has got a special kind of glow until they found a vaccine. Quarantine.
Hey, look, no audio. Would you imagine that? Thanks, Ben. Hey, let's try that again. Welcome to the Kirby Krackle Quarantinecast. My name is Kyle Stevens, aka Kirby Krackle, and I am here for episode 6. Can you believe it? I can't. I'm going to say that every single time that we have one. Let me know if you can hear me now. I think you guys can hear me. It says that we have sound going boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right, it's coming on. Bob, it's coming on. Everybody, thank you, thank you. This is a professional situation. We were going to have director Joe Corella, of the Quarantine director, the video that you guys just saw. We were going to have him on this week, but we want to put together some extra special behind-the-scenes stuff for you guys. Not just go with what we have. Oh, no, no, no. We want to give you guys the goods. So we're going to be doing that. Thank you, everyone. You can hear me. Thank you so much for letting me know. I get feedback here. I have a comment section from YouTube and Facebook. Some of them don't come in, though, for some reason, but I'm glad these ones that said they could hear me did. We have a very special show tonight. We're going to get to that in a bit. But first of all, how are you guys? What a dumb question. I know how you are. How are you today? That is the question. Ever since I read that article on The Atlantic, I don't say, how are you? I say, how are you today? Because what the F? Okay, here we go. Week 9. I hope everyone had a good Mother's Day, whether you are celebrating your mom, you are celebrating the memory of your mom, you're celebrating a mother figure in your life, you're a mentor and facilitator of goodness to animals, and whatever you are doing to nurture those in your life, I think that's what Mother's Day is all about. Same with Father's Day. So a little bit about what we did. It broke it up. It broke up the big blur, and we made some waffles, and we cut up some fruit, and my wife really likes this restaurant in Seattle called Bastille, and Bastille is kind of like a French American kind of thing where it's not like really stuffy or anything, but you can get like cool like champagne and Lillet cocktails, and it's pretty good. Anyways, we popped on the YouTube, the Spotify French pop playlist, and we lit some candles, and it was like a little fancy. It was a little fancy for what we had. And I taught my daughter how to make a cocktail because you're 4, why not? And we found this old, like couple-year-old bottle of champagne, and I took the little metal cage on it, right? And I took it off, and I'm glad no one was standing in front of me because it was like bam, bam, all over the place, and it was like in the champagne bottle. And I put my hand out. I was like, no! And I ran to the sink, and it's just made a fucking mess everywhere. And my daughter's like, ha 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 ha! What a mess, Daddy! What a mess, messy dad. And that's her favorite thing of this whole experience, I think, so far. And then we had like a great waffle breakfast, and I was like, this is going so good. Why is it going so good? And then the sugar crash happened. Not for me, not for my wife, surprisingly for once, but for my daughter, and the whole day went to shit. But we recovered once our blood sugar got back to normal. If you have a kid who's ever had that happen, that is why people get angry with you when you give their kids sugar, because it's a nightmare from hell. So, as opposed to when you're my age now, you just fall asleep. Little, you get angry. 30s, 40s, you fall asleep. Can you else relate to that? Hey, this is going to be like an hour and 15-minute concert, okay? I hope you guys grabbed a drink. I hope you guys have a milkshake. I hope you guys have some crackers with pimento cheese on it. I'm going to get that once I send this concert on here. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to come back. We're going to watch this together. This was the Triple Door show from January 30th, which was, 10 years ago, 1942. It feels like that. But this was the biggest show that I have put on. I put on other Triple Joe shows before. The Sounds Like You 2013. Let me see here. 2013 tour kickoff for Sounds Like You. And then Adam Warrock and I went on tour. Then after that, I did a Suburban Hearts Vigilante Hymns solo acoustic show. And that was cool. But this was like the 10 years of Nerd Rock finale. Like, what can I do? What's going to be new for me, for you guys? What's scary? And always what has been scary to me is do some kind of like Metallica live rock orchestra kind of thing, because there's a very big difference between rock scrubs and those that are schooled in reading charts. Okay, so there was a situation that happened here, and I've heard about this, where basically they go by charts. And in rock bands, you can say like, hey, play the chorus again, or hey, let's, do that drum fill again. And it's like improvisation with somewhat structure, right? But, and it's not a slam, it's just the way it is. If you're reading music, it's like, that's the thing. You're going to go by that, and if you get off, everyone's screwed. So we had to really commit to our arrangements and like learn the studio arrangements again, because we've drifted a little bit. We had to make sure that we were always on with the counts of the solos, and that took some adjusting. And at the end of the day, I'm very proud of what we did. It was honestly super exhausting to put it together, but I think that meant that it was new and it was different, and I'm glad that we did it. So let me see here. People are writing in. Greg says there's nothing better than waffles. If you're 4... damn straight. Emily says you should tell her to make a latte now. Messy dad. Messy latte dad. Charlie says messy dad. And let me see. Amanda says I'm so excited. Want to make the trip up for it, but instead having a work trip instead. You know what? You had a work trip. For me, it was a work trip, but we get to celebrate here. Amanda, I'm so glad you're here. So yes, I don't really want to say too much more about it until it's all done, because I have some thoughts on the experience that are really fun that I want to share, but I want you guys to go into it blind. And to be honest, I haven't seen the whole thing. I just made sure the file worked, all right? So worst nightmare that could ever happen is something gets off in the file and I have to start it over again, but I have everything time marked. Don't worry about it. This is a new thing here for us. Okay, so January 30th, directed by Stephen Cabot with the Nerd Rock Orchestra. I got chills right as I said that because I'm remembering what I was feeling like when I was walking out, and it was, oh shit. Here you go. Enjoy.
How you guys doing?
I'm going to do a little bit of director's commentary here, but not talk over myself. Started feeling good right about here. So right about here, I was like, okay, I'm not going to throw up. This feels okay. Trying to speak English words.
Alright, we're gonna play a bunch of songs that we sat around and just like wondered what's gonna sound kick-ass with some violins and some French horn and no saxophone. And this is a song about Peter Parker. It's called Web Slinger Hopebringer.
I don't think the conductor liked that part, but I thought it was funny at the time. Maybe it's his, maybe it's not.
A round of applause for him, please. This is a song that means a lot to me. It's called The Day My Powers Arrive. A year ago, woke up in the morning, I put my feet upon the ground. Time my shoes to take a run, headphones in, I was swimming in the sound. Then my walking quickly turned to a stride. A day like any other, except for all the sting of my powers did arrive.
Now this is a song that features strings in the actual studio recording, so I was really excited about the bridge of this one especially.
This is CJ Stout on guitar right over here. So this song is written about Transformers. Like, what if the Autobots just said, screw it, we're just take them all out, then there's no more Michael Bay movies. But it's a new timeline. This is called Hunt 'Em All Down. Down in the holes they make their homes, in the deserts where they roam, in the washed out wells, it's heaven forbid they grow. Your eyes, the world's shaking, Autobots stand inside, it's for life here. It's too long, now we've got these records, coexist with their wings and the lights are clear. Take on, transform, if you are afraid, if you are afraid, just trust us. Time cannot wait for the day to come and set the comfort in our hometown. In the holes they make their homes, in the deserts where they roam, in the washed out wells, it's heaven forbid they go. And the shot is where they're headed. If we don't act, this will last for a billion dreams. Believe they are giving that set it. That it'll take a rich man to know what I mean. Take or transform if you are afraid, if you are a bust, cause the humans must trust us. Time cannot wait for the day to come and set the comfort in our hometown. In the holes they make their homes, in the deserts where they roam, in the washed out wells, it's heaven forbid they go. So come and join our ranks as we gather our strength. There's blessings ours today. In the mercy we show, and the men through it go. So let's have us now. Your eyes, the world's shaking, Autobots stand inside, it's for life here. For too long, now we've got these records, coexist with their wings everlasting years. Take or transform if you are afraid, if you are a bust, cause the humans must trust us. Time cannot wait for the day to come and set the comfort in our hometown. Set the comfort in our hometown. Set the comfort in our hometown.
That song was so fun to play because it's so mathy. Like it's just crazy bars and the strings were doing a different thing too. And that was really, really fun to play that one.
A round of applause for John Ford helping us out on guitar tonight. Ryan Summers making us feel all fancy. So spoiled. Next show we play, I'll be waiting out here like, who's gonna take my guitar? Like, get it yourself, dumbass. No one's here to help you. All right.
This is Needing a Miracle. I love this song. I was so excited to hear strings with this one.
Hey, there now, I always remember the time we met in middle September. You were falling down, and I was there to pick you right back up.
You hear that French horn? Come on, man. I almost started crying when I heard that, for real.
The
I was just soaking it up back there. I had to go back because it sounded so good in practice. That was a highlight for me. The songs that are the easiest to play, they always say, are the ones that translate the most. Or the songs with the easiest arrangement. And I feel like that happens with that song. Every time we play it, it just doesn't feel hard. Where other songs definitely feel hard, but that one always feels good.
You know, the older I get, the places I want to go the most is at grandma's house. So let's do it, shall we? Let's see what happens. Can we get some 70 strings in here, please?
Oh yeah. He turned on the mirror ball right there, and it was on. It was like, oh, yes. Okay, thank you, lighting guy. does? That's grandma charades. Who does stuff like that? Oh my god. My grandma does have a walker though. I should have brought it.
I should learn how to use a water bottle before I got here. You know you get fined every time you do that, Jeff. That's the thing. That's where that is.
Jeff gets fined every time a flump. He's so far in the hole, he can't get out. He's gonna be in this band forever.
To come out on a weeknight in general, it takes a lot of effort to come downtown. Thank you guys very much for being here tonight. We try to convey the uniqueness of this event on the social medias where everything's like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. So hopefully you feel it's worth it. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you got a healthcare plan, and if you don't, I understand. But I got a question for you. Does your hideout have a covered lot? Here's the hours I'm looking for. A part-time shift from noon to 4, but not on Tuesdays, 'cause that's when I dungeon master for my friends. And do I qualify for this? Well, let me tell you what it is. Fire blazes from up 1 year. I blew a hole job, spent a month up on the moon, raising rain beyond the moon. I could have got much higher for the fact my boss was burned up. My bitch, remember my promise, I'm a child of the flame. And it's a shame, here's what you need. And I can start today, and I'm free with what's inside. I made you turning into that old cat. Here I am again, and when it's a bleeding, I'm summer around my skin set, realizing I'm at the line and sad. I'll always be a bitch dog. You ask me what it is I do. If I saw someone steal from you, I'm stabbing in his back and singing for myself. Of course you see, I know that's what you want to hear. So drop a line to see your fear. There's not a hatred in your fire. We'll each your better life. So you're right on what you have done. Up on a clock to his grave. He's got a full ring, silver over clean. Intend to look great. Yours disconnect like no shine. I've got no reason not to stand on some. Here I am again. Another portrait with this man. I work for sacrifice. Meant to hit your face. Not so I'll always be strong. Never got into expectations. I was once a good observation. Under faces, people they had aspirations. And one rule of domination was lose your average. What should I do? Appreciate time today. There's not much more to say. Hope I'm what you're looking for. Though you find out and you just walk right on. I'll always be strong. Always be strong.
So right here we tried to do what we did on E Forever Run, which is tie the song back to back with that little drum loop and see if we could go without stopping.
This is for all my Green Lanterns.
We said, dude, make it green. He's like, what other colors? We said, only green, man. Only green. Green the whole time. Green machine. And he did. An oldie but a goodie, man. 10 years. 10 years of ring capacity. That's crazy. And I still have almost gotten the numbers right one time at a show.
This is Jeff on drums back here, everybody.
Find again. Find again. Poor guy.
We had a good laugh before the show, talking about how different things are 10 years ago, since we're celebrating 10 years of Dirt Rock here tonight. We're talking about, we're going to get beers after the show. And tonight's like, hey, you guys ever tried Magnesium in the afternoon to see if you got like a second win by 7 p.m.? It's like, so Nerd Rock. This is our new single.
That's true.
We write a lot of songs about heroes. We write songs about hearts. This is a heart song. This is called Snake in the Garden. Everybody's trying to find a little something. See the anger over a mountain. Everybody's trying to feel a little nothing. Everybody's trying to find a snake in the garden. Everybody's wondering if they're hiding. Everybody's looking for a face to believe in. Everybody's wondering if they're right. But it's a long way down when there's nobody.
I wish you could hear the strings more in the song from where I was. It was just like manic and psycho, like the song. It was just gross and beautiful. It's fun to play old songs. It's really fun to play new ones too. We've only played that song twice. It's gonna be interesting to see kind of where it goes, where it sits in the set with everything else. But that's where we felt it set best for that night.
You guys doing all right out there? I want to thank Lop so much for playing tonight. We love those guys. And a round of applause for Lop. Those are good boys. I think as Reggie said, they're good Midwest boys. And I thought, I was like, yeah, good Midwest boys. I like Midwest boys. Have a little more guitar, please, Kirby. Thank you. So, right before Kirby Krackle started 10 years ago, I released a song under my name and never really got to play it ever. It kind of just sat in the iTunes archives. And I was thinking about a song that was really different than everything else
that we're going to play tonight. And this is about as opposite from Snake in the Garden as you can get. This is called Vouch for Me. Would someone show me how it's done? I know not knowing is part of the fun. I feel like a roller coaster that's been run under years of cars and yells and squeals on the ironwood wheels. And baby, would you vouch for me? Would you find me when I'm lost in the seven seas? And baby, would you vouch for me if I told you everything was all wrong? In my head there exists a place. I feel the flowers that come up to your face, and they kiss you all over. Over and over we go, under clouds filled with sugar and candy. Oh God, won't you help me? And baby, would you vouch for me? Would you find me when I'm lost in the seven seas? And baby, would you vouch for me if I told you everything was all wrong? If everything was all wrong. Everything was all wrong. And baby, would you vouch for me? Would you find me when I'm lost in the seven seas? And baby, would you vouch for me if I told you everything was all wrong? Oh, and baby, would you vouch for me? Would you find me when I'm lost in the seven seas? And baby, would you vouch for me if I told you everything was all wrong? Thank you very much.
We really wanted to create a moment going from Snake in the Garden to that, and have a super big contrast, and kind of have it be like a breath for the audience and us, leading into the finale here. One of the finales.
To the sea. Guess he doesn't have perfect pitch. Okay. I have to tell the story to my friend Patrick and Scott are in the audience tonight. They're like, oh god. So we have this thing, all my friends have made fun of me for a long time, so I'm talking about drum parts. I'm like, you know, boom, 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 like that. Like the boom, 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 like that thing. Every drummer's like, what the heck is it? So naturally, we got together with Steven. He's like, what do you think you should do? I'm like, you know, the, like, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. But I think we connected. You guys, thank you very much. This song is about Avengers Endgame. It's called I Love You 3000. Took us now to realize all the answers to the whys. I would have thought I wanted
CJ's guitar sounded so beautiful right there. It sounded so good from where I was. So an encore is a funny thing because it's a showbiz thing, and it's a thing that is expected at certain venues, and we always feel funny when we do it because we know we're going to come back on, and people know we're going to come back on. But it's an old school thing to keep, and I think that there's something sacred about that, going back to entertainers from a long time ago. So we kept it, and it always feels really cool at the Triple Door when you do that anyways. I mean, look at that stage. I want to come back out there. Will I? I don't know. Will I? We'll see.
There my set. Let's tune back up, dummy. Okay, here we go. You guys good for a couple more, man? It's a school night. We don't care. Our kids can make their breakfast themselves, and they can. So, my daughter asked me if I could play this song tonight. We, poor thing, she's gonna be a master of parody and just really have no other social skills, really. Anyway. So she kind of helped me write this song. Little backstory, give you some context. So I did a tour this summer, West Coast tour, and there was at a weird time. I play at 5, right, 5 or 6, so it wasn't like really time to have dinner yet, or I don't like to eat a bunch and play, so I found these things called Skippy peanut butter bites. Is anyone familiar with this delicacy? I brought some. Oh, they're back there. I tried to pot them off of everybody. They're like, that looks like 50 pounds in a tub. I'm like, it is. These little round little balls called Skippy peanut butter bites. They're not too sugary. And I would eat 6 of those efforts before I played, and I would be tearing it up. I don't know what it was. Just like a complete protein, probably not. So I wrote a song about when I came back, and my daughter and I sing this song every morning to each other. I recently did a comedy show where I took 20 tubs of these. I was gonna put them on each table, and then the waitress was like, "Oh, I got a peanut allergy, you can't do that." And then they had some like peanut sauce tie wrap. I'm like, what? That makes no sense. So look under your seat. No, it's not. This is called Skippy Peanut Butter Bites. You can find them at Target, or probably not the Linwood one because I bought them all. Here we go.
Skippy, if you're watching, Mama needs a new laptop, Hit me up. I'm not above that.
Skippy peanut butter bites, eat them by the candlelight. I do have it akin to smoking crack. So I thought I'd write a song, but why it took me oh so long for even just now find my favorite snack. I love those little balls so sweet, not plant-based but not quite meat. Damn, they are my favorite treat. Would you like a pair? Skippy peanut butter bites, eat them by the candlelight. I do have it akin to smoking crack. And Skippy, if you're in the building, I'm not above selling myself out for the song, okay? I need to do all I need to do laptop. Here we go.
I already used that joke. Oops.
Sometimes late at night I sing of all the joy these balls brought me. And to be true, sometimes those balls sing back. The melody gets higher and higher. These balls and I, we got a choir. I testify about my favorite stir. Love these little balls so neat. Not plant-based, but not quite neat. They are my favorite trees. Would you like a pair? Say, would you like a pair? Say, would you like a pair? Now down there, Skippy, the butterflies. You don't buy the candlelight. You have it again, smoke and crack. You have it again, smoke and crack. You have it again, smoke and crack. Now, you got your fun, these are around live. Would you believe that we just did this so I could play that song? And you're trapped. All right, CJ, you want to step on a pedal out here, my friend? I think something's buzzing. CJ, everybody, making their way out here.
So there was this thing happening where there was like an insane buzzing all of a sudden from that side of the stage, and I couldn't figure out what it was. So I called my homie CJ to help me figure it out.
Who cares? We're good. Thanks, CJ.
And you'll see what it turned out to be.
All right, so this next song,
Yeah, you'll see what it was.
A Triple Door show, and it was for a new record called Suburban Hearts and Vigilante Hymns. And thank you. Some people love this, some people are like, what the hell is this? But it's all acoustic and vocal. And I didn't play a song because I thought it was the worst song on my record, and per usual, everyone said, no, that's the best song on the record. So I don't know anything again. But we're going to make up for it and play this song here. It's called Laid on the Line. Sometimes I feel like I'm never gonna get there. And other times I feel like I just arrived. And everyone feels pulled in every direction. It's hard enough to take the time for what's inside. I only have 9 friends who ask me how I'm doing. And when they do, I always feel surprised. It's not like I feel that everyone else is a caring. It's hard enough to ask yourself sometimes. And in these days when we're running from one thing to another out of breath, trying to find our way through the fields and fountains of our lives. Every prophet speaks of love and to give it all away. Lay it on the line. Lay it on the line. Lay it on the line. Lay it on the I never used to feel like time would ever find me. I never used to feel these aches and pains. And now when I see somebody old and walking weary, I see a life well lived to celebrate. Well, have you ever had a year when everything is changing? The only hands you had could not keep up. And then the time that comes when you finally found a limit, a certain peace that's found in giving up. And these days when we're running from one thing to another out of breath, and trying to find a way through the
I wanted to rock with the show, and I also wanted to get my Indigo Girls on. I love that style of music. Indigo Girls, Ani DeFranco. I love it. I love it. Nothing sounds better in that room than guitar and vocals, in my opinion. From the stage and whenever I see somebody. So I had to be selfish and play one of those jams.
I'll take a moment to talk about something that I don't know if I've ever conveyed live before, but before Kirby Krackle happened, I felt kind of lost of where I fit musically. I want to perform in every different style, and I'd send stuff to indie record labels and stuff in the late 90s and early 2000s. People were like, we don't know what to do. You got a song about teabag, you got this rock and roll song, what do we do here? But what I'm really so thankful for about the community we created here is it's basically whatever I want to do. So thank you very much for being open to that and for letting me do my art the way that I want to do. And the guys express, CJ, Jeff, Joe, Jim Demonakos out there tonight, Ruben, Aaron, who've helped me with merch for years, Scott, Patrick, Bryce, if you're out there. A big round of applause for everyone that's made all these records happen. Right? I can't do it without them. Thank you very much. All right, let's have some fun here. This is for all the citizens of Wakanda out there tonight.
Okay, so you want to know what that buzzing was? It was me forgetting to put on the mute button for the instrument cable that was plugged into my electric guitar. So when I finally plugged it back in again here, I plugged the wrong cable in. There's always something, man. There's something. It keeps your head at a place that it should keep it. And then you live in fear for it again forever. Yay, performance stuff. But then John came out and helps me. There we go. I thought we'd keep this working here for you guys. This is on the real here.
This is Nerd Rock. That's my acoustic cable.
Oh God, moving on.
Guitars, how do they work?
Thank you, John Ford. You saved the day. I'd still be there trying to figure it out, I think.
Someone's out there like, just do everything, just... Here we go.
When the sun is set and the day is long,
snow for a bit. This is called North of the Wall.
And when it's the last song, you throw everything you have at it, the whole sink. You got nothing left. I think CJ looks so fucking cool in this song. I mean, he looked cool the whole show, but something about this song, I've watched it like twice just to see him play. You'll especially see at the end. You'll know what shot I'm talking about.
Have a great night. We'll be meeting them back to say hi in a little bit. Make sure you use our photo booth. Send us a picture. You guys are wonderful. Thank you very much. We love you guys. Thank you. See you guys. Sir Krackle. What does that sound?
There you go. That's it. The debuting showing of Kirby Krackle and the Nerd Rock Orchestra on January 30th, 2020, which is 17 years ago, like we talked about now. I was telling the guys that when I watched a little bit of it, again, I didn't want to watch all of it, but when I checked a little bit of it out and I saw people sitting next to each other, I was like, something's wrong here. That looks suspect. that feels like a long time ago. Takeaways from that show. It was a lot of work to do, and it was way, way worth it. It was something that I don't know if I'll do again for a while, because I want to just kind of encapsulate it in that experience at the Triple Door. We were lucky enough to do it where we wanted to do it. And, the guys, the whole Nerd Rock Orchestra, Katie, who I know who's watching, Joe and Jeff and CJ, they put so much time into it, Stephen Cabot, Aaron Anderson, who's watching, he filmed the whole thing and put that together over the past couple months for me, so thank you, Aaron, for that. Wanted to make sure we definitely had a document of that. And it was just like a big, sweaty rock show that looked fancy until we just hopefully burned it down. But as I watched that, I'm proud of what we did, and it was fun to see it from that perspective. So, all that said, that's going to be up on YouTube in a little bit. I'm going to cut those songs up if you want to share certain songs or check out your favorite song. And then I'm also going to post it as the full concert experience as well for people who want to sit through and check that out. Yes, so thank you very much for watching. Next week, yes, it's a very special Quarantinecast. We have, let me see here, Joe Corella, the director of Quarantine, the video I put out last Friday. He is going to talk all about how we did the video via social distancing, where I shot it in my home in Seattle, and he approved all the shots in Hawaii, and then I would send him all the footage, and he would put it all together. So is it the world's first socially distanced directed video? I don't think so. I don't know. Is it one of the only ones? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But it was a really interesting experience to do that. And I'm really excited to see what he's put together, because I know he's been putting together something worth your time. So next week, always, Wednesdays at 6 o'clock, episode 6 on the books. If you guys want to send me an email, if you guys want to send me a video to play on the show, letting me know what your quarantine experience has been like, you can shoot me at kirbycracklemusic@gmail.com. And the word is out for anyone who wants to just share their experience. Send me a 1 to 3 minute video shot with your phone or however you want to do it, and I'll let people know what's going on. And the big takeaway from the whole thing, watching that, is I want to play a show so bad. I want to play a show so bad. And I don't know when that's going to be, but if there's one to go out on for a long time, I feel glad that was the experience that we had. And it was nice to share it with you. So, my name's Kyle Stevens from the studio here in Linwood, Washington. I'm going to go kiss my little girl goodnight. I'm going to make some tacos. I'm going to have a beer and think about next week with you guys. All right. And let's hear from Grandma one more time. What do we say, Grandma?
You're weird, but I love you.
I love you too. Be good. See you guys. Be safe. Wear your goddamn mask.